not a trucking channel. This is not about resistance. This is about resistance, specifically how to resist as a family man. Are you a family man? You may have found it difficult to be a rebel, but if you have the desire for rebellion, but you're responsible for your the well-being of your family, what are you supposed to do? Because what is the general concept of rebellion these days? Well, a lot of people think it's like, what, move off of grid, stop contributing to the system, uh, go commit, nonviolent resistance and get arrested and be in trouble all the time, become a vegan and stop eating animals, uh, go on a pilgrimage to Zion or Mecca or Rainbow Gathering. Whatever it is, it's difficult to do resistance type activities when you're a family man because you're responsible for your family. First off, you got to make money to provide for them, or what's going to happen to them? They're going to be poor and destitute, and your wife is going to leave you, because I'm pretty sure if I became poor and destitute, I would be single shortly thereafter. And that's not the goal. The goal is to figure out some way to resist as a family man. But it's a trick question. How do you resist as a family man? The trick is true resistance is about spreading the message, because trying to overthrow the government is a fool's errand. Even if somehow you could, you just have another government, a little while later, once the money sorted itself out. And what if you burn all the money? Well, the money's burning itself. But the answer to the trick question, how do you resist as a family man, is you just spread the message. We all need to be spreading the message about karmic law, the non-aggression principle, and the self-defense principle. And what are these things? Well, I'm just figuring them out for myself. I've been hearing people talking about them for like a long time, but I mean, I'm just only now beginning to be like, all right, okay, I'll pay attention, because I always had my own opinions about things. But I've been hearing people say these things: natural law, non-aggression principle, principle of self-defense. And so I'm going to have to make videos about them in the future, even though I feel like I'm just saying things other people have said. But that is the resistance, because you're supposed to be figuring out how to take the message to people who have not heard the message. And they say natural law and karmic law are the same thing. I think it's better to say karmic law than natural law, because people are familiar with karma. They're also familiar with the third law of thermodynamics, that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, which is karma. And it's also natural law, it's causality. And so, I need to get used to thinking about these things and then start making videos about them. And it's what we're all supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be spreading this message so that everybody starts to think about it, because it's a collective effort, and there needs to be, not just me doing this, but me doing this to talk to, whoever I can reach, and then whoever I can reach talking to whoever they can reach, and whoever they can reach talking to whoever they can reach, and so on and so forth. And we all need to be coming together on this. And and the way I've been hearing it is like, even if you could get a small group of people together, men and their ladies and children's, but it should be men, because this is the action. We've cut out the action from our thoughts and emotions. They just wither inside of us and dissipate into the ether, but we're supposed to be taking action. But anyways, I've heard that if you get a bunch of guys together who are like-minded, and then you could create a change, are like, the books I read where they're like, this one book I was reading is like, you only need like 3 smooth operators to take down the whole city, which is like the principle of like, if you're willing to use desperate measures to attain your ends, then yeah, you probably could take over a city with just 2 or 3 people. But that's not what they're talking about, because it's a nonviolent thing. It's just a consciousness thing. That's my whole point. You don't need to overthrow the government. You need to raise the consciousness of the collective of humanity. And how are we supposed to do that? It's just got to be what I'm doing here, but everybody all doing it and pretty much sharing the same message, which I've seen this work in the past with other things. I used to, and like if you watch my video about Occupy, that's a good example of, we were just talking about something and then it happened. But the funny thing is, we're not even like trying to have an event. Even if you did have an event, it would be kind of like, it's not going to work. The thing that needs to happen is the raising of the consciousness, which it won't be televised. The revolution will not be televised. It's not a revolution, it's an enlightenment. I believe that the French Enlightenment came before the French Revolution. The revolution was actually like the end of the Enlightenment. We don't need a revolution, we need an enlightenment, because a revolution is just going to destroy everything, and then you get commies. If you want commies, that's how you get commies. Let them destroy everything. But it's hard when you're a family man to do anything other than just go work, buy, consume, die. And I think about it a lot, because there's things I would like to be doing. Is there? Yeah, probably. I don't know. But I've done it before. I've done the protesting, and uh, I never thought protesting was very good to begin with, because you're not really accomplishing very much. It does accomplish a little bit. When I was in Oregon, I was opening a bank account, and the guy at the bank said, well, we don't charge overdraft fees because some people got together and occupied Wall Street, and now there's no more overdraft fees. I was like, oh, well, that's pretty good. I thought we accomplished nothing, but according to that guy, we did accomplish the elimination of overdraft fees, which was basically stealing money from people who don't have any money. So that's obviously bad. But what are you going to accomplish, and how are you going to accomplish it? It's weird, because it's just talking. It's just words. The word is your sword. It's the sword of truth. I can never tell if I should just end the video or like do like dead air. Because sometimes I need dead air to like think of the next thing I'm trying to say, but it feels like, oh, you should end the video because it's just dead air. But there's more. This is not about not resisting. This is about resisting. It's just spreading a message. But you got to kind of learn the message so you get used to hearing it. Because it's pretty simple. It's causality. It's like we get what we deserve. Like, everyone's upset with the way the world is, but people created this situation by being negligent and ignorant and apathetic and pathetic, if you ask me. We created all this. We created this negative arrangement by refusing to just have a little bit of brains and a little bit of backbone and, stand up for what's right in the world. And so how do you resist? You just got to call a spade and, don't let people slide, because they're gonna, nobody wants to hear it, because, ignorance is bliss, and nobody wants you to interrupt their bliss. But that's not going to fly, because, we're we're heading towards the waterfall. We're running off the cliff, where something needs to be done, because this situation is just getting exponentially worse, and we got to do something, which is spreading the message. That's it. We got to learn the message: karmic law, causality, cause and effect, natural law, non-aggression principle. I'll do a video about that. Self-defense principle. I'll do a video about that. But it's the same message for all of us. We just need teachers, many, 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 many teachers. You don't even need to be teaching. You just need to be talking and calling things out, and calling a spade, and saying, this is not right. The order followers are allowing the evil ones to remain in the shadows, because in these order followers, they're just us, but they're they're complicit, they're culpable, because they're between us and them, and they need to get out of the way between us and them, because them needs to go to hell. Really, that's where they belong. Think about it. Evil people belong in hell. They're evil, they should go to hell. But the order followers, what does that make them? Are they evil? Probably, yeah. But just, mindless, brainwashed, you know they just ignorant. They just don't know. I shouldn't hate on people that are just like us. They just don't know. But anyways, there's evil people that need to go to hell, and we're going to send them to hell by just hating on them. I mean, if you could hate anything, you can hate evil. So let's just hate on the evil ones until, you got to drag them out into the light of the day, and they will burn up like vampires. The problem is they're hiding in their shadows. But we have to look inside of ourselves and find the shadow in ourselves, and find some way to resist, even though it's difficult. So this is not about not resisting. This is about resisting. Love you. Deuces.